Hello everyone, it's Kelly Hampton and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, I do hope if you like the content, all spiritual in nature, I do hope you subscribe and like and share with your friends. Today I'm going to be sharing a very important message, channeled message from Archangel Michael on the topic of freedom. And as I say, it's a very important message. And I'd like to begin at this time. The Archangel said, before we talk about freedom, he would like us to begin with a prayer. And the prayer goes like this. Supreme Creator, Creator of heaven and earth and all things large and small, surround our hearts in a bubble of golden light energy and lead us to states of rapture, even as we discuss some troubling or concerning energies regarding personal freedoms on planet Earth. He went on to say, there is a dark plan which involves a very small percentage of souls, which may include corporation heads, religious sectors, and heads of states, to disempower the human race. This, however, friends, is nothing new. Perhaps what is new is the manner in which this is being orchestrated and carried out. But this is not entirely new either. Why is this happening? To enslave the planet and keep everyone from awakening, therefore allowing this very small sector of people, less than 1% of the global population, to live off fear. He went on to say, do not for one moment, friends, feel as though this is not without the watchful eye of Source Creator, Creator of heaven and earth, as well as hundreds of light races who are overseeing this battle. I am referring to any limitations of freedom for the moment as a battle, but this is as far as my words will go that carry this vibration. I will not use words or expressions like, we must fight this is war, or any other similar expression. Therefore, friends, it is also advised that no one on earth procure and spread these vibrations either. Instead, love is the answer, a large part of the answer, to reinstating your planet and all within her back to pure love. Let me speak now more directly to you, dear ones, and ask you to do some introspection by asking a series of questions. Do you feel that your personal freedoms have been altered in the last year? What about in the last 2 years, he asks. What about in the last decade? If so, how? So maybe some of you will comment in the comment section. Next, how do you feel when and if you have a sense of lost freedom? How do you feel? What are you doing if and when you carry a vibrational energy consciousness of limited personal freedoms? Do you carry them around like sacks on your backs until you are bent over and no longer able to walk upright? Michael says that's what some of you are doing, some of the human race are doing. How can you see the sun if your eyes are bent down at your feet? What do you consider to be personal freedoms, no matter what country or township you reside in? Do some of you feel as though lands should be lawless? Are laws and regulations limiting your freedoms of expression? If so, how? What are you doing to accept or deny these? Again, feel free to comment. Do you think not, friends, that freedoms have been denied to women and people of color for generations? Perhaps this is the first time in your recent lives that those so-called the majority have felt oppressed. Is this you? Or upon reflection, do you recall your early childhood when ego was ignited and the first threads of disempowerment may have been experienced. Now that's an interesting thought. You see, the topic of freedom, Michael says, is a broad one, not one easily approached in an hour, a day, a month, a year. It's different for everyone, of course. But no matter what the circumstances present on your earth, light will prevail, and love will overcome attempts to continue to limit personal freedoms. Perhaps some of you are wondering when I will get to the point, he said. Michael, we are aware of listening devices now. We are aware of man-made vaccines. We are aware of many freedom-limiting devices which are new to us. Aren't you going to speak to this directly? So he's modeling the thoughts that he probably is receiving. He said, to which I will respond, I already have, my friends. Freedom is the birthright for every man, woman, and child whom the great supreme creator created. Are you limiting yourselves unconsciously? He asks. Do you have limiting codes in your light bodies which were placed by those outside of darkness? And I can respond to that as the founder of Star Healing Intergalactic Energy. That's a yes, unless you were born after 2012. Do you allow limitations to define you? Define you. As a challenge, dear ones, I must ask you to use this time, list if you must, how many limiting beliefs have I been taught? Have you been taught that there is no heaven? Have you been taught that you are not powerful? Have you been taught and accepted that life is eternal and that life is hard? Just what have you accepted about yourselves and your planet, my friends? And what have you discarded as untrue? Do you believe, as the crystalline and other light bearers, that you are invincible, courageous, guided by many who love you, here to hold the light for others to follow? Or do you continue to question your existence? Ask yourselves these questions. If upon answering you do not feel good about your introspection, send it love and then affirm, I am a sovereign being, I am liberated, and I am free. You see, friends, 20 vibrations of sovereignty are stronger than 5,000 unsovereign vibrations. Think of that. And if you're not aware of what sovereign means, then by all means, become so and start living it today! ! What does being sovereign mean to you? Perhaps I should have begun there, Michael stated. Embrace it and regain your freedoms of body, mind, and spirit. Personal freedoms, global and cosmic freedoms will be restored once and for all. Peace be with you in all that you do. And then he offered some other affirming vibrations to use in our lives. I am free to seek the truth. I am free to explore the unknown. I am free to help others who are more restricted than myself. Now, here's a fun one. I am free to splash with the dolphins. I am free to accept, and you can fill in the blanks if you like. I am free to seek, ... I am free to remain, ... He also shared, he's suggesting 15 to 50 every day, that these types of statements that are meaningful to you on freedom, that we use them in our lives. I am free to acknowledge, ... I am free to travel interstellarly. I am free to let go of. That could be a long list for some of us. So, thank you so very much for listening to this important message. Many blessings to you.